They're all watching, baby dolls. This is a Bankless screenshot I took. Bankless are 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. They are considered like home of Ethereum city, okay? And it's very clear someone deep down... Hello, friends. I know you're watching. They're all watching. So I'm very excited. Why? Friends, I didn't care about myself, okay? It's not about me. I didn't care about the numbers and all this other stuff. I don't give a shit. What I'm excited about is that we're right with our framework of what's making crypto tick, which is meme, cult, religion. I've said it over and over and over again. I've made how many videos? Dozens and dozens and dozens of videos just on this topic alone. So many posts. Everything starts as a meme. Bitcoin started as a meme. It grew into the cult of Satoshi, 2011 to 2013. Then the cult transcended and became a religion. Now it has an answer for everything. Okay, it's literally a religion. All right. So the framework of what gives crypto value is that. Why does that pretty much work? Well, it's because we're all networks. We are just digital nations. We're like the GDP of a city. So when you go value a city, you don't go to the mayor and say, oh, how much taxes do you collect as a mayor? Okay, you collect, $100 million of taxes. Okay, your PE of your city is you're worth like, $1 billion as a city. That's not how they do it. What they do is they look at all the transactions inside the city. That's how you value a city or a country. You don't look at actually how much money it looks at. It grabs. For example, look at America. Do you go and check out what the income tax receipts of the US government is before you measure what you think America's worth? No, you don't. Okay, that's not how you do it. You look at the GDP of America. That's what we do. So that's why we are all in a digital nation. But it's very unique as well, right? Because if you mess up, people can just click sell and leave and walk away. We don't have technology yet released to all of us where you can just leave a country and go teleport somewhere else. But in crypto, you can just bridge in and out everywhere. So Bankless, right? They have this whole screenshot here. I'm just going to explain to you what's going on. So I've written this article. Have Bankless been addictively watching your friend Sommi videos on repeat? Let's spin it. So they've made an entire episode, friends, about Ethereum. And they made an entire episode on what they believe Ethereum needs to be fixed. And I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is literally your friend Sommi video. That's wild. So they use my framework of meme, cult, religion. Now, they don't specifically say that, but when you go through it, you're like, oh, I've seen this story before. Okay. Meme, cult, religion. Remember, friends, it is the pyramid that I've got right here. Look, I made it here. A nice pyramid. Up the top, Bitcoin, religion. Then you have cults. Then you have memes. And obviously at the bottom are JPEG coins. And there's literally just a fart out of your butt. Because they last, 24 to 72 hours. It's almost like, some people might get a bit intoxicated and go out to the disco on a Friday night. And you might meet somebody, but maybe you're really toasty. You're like, oh, we're going to be friends forever. No, drugs are going to wear off in about 3 hours. You're not going to know that person's name. You see what I mean? That's pretty much JPEG land, JPEG casino pump fun. Those are very, very short acting, short life duration networks. Okay. And obviously what's a big one? Bitcoin. It's a neo-religion. We are indoctrinating our children into it. Just like the world religions, right? That's what the goal is. So with Bankless, they recommend Ethereum guys become maximalists. Yeah, they call it the M word, right? And they say the N word, narrative. So they actually say, hey, you should become maximalists. They also say, hey, we have to start celebrating prices. But I'm going to have to check if there's a hidden cam in my bathroom. This is like, I'm reading this. I'm like, dude, this is literally, we've been talking about this for years. For years. It's so, wow. So, and then this will talk about celebrating prices because you're like, hey, isn't that what everyone does? No, friends, no. Richard Hart popularized that? Do you know that? I'm not even joking. Richard Hart literally popularized talking about the price. I remember the first thing Richard said, which triggered me, where he says, you don't actually care about the tech, you just care about the price. I remember him saying that, and it literally triggered me. Because I'm just like, I'm on Bitcoin. I was day trading Bitcoin. We're on BitMEX. were trading Bitcoin. And I just came across, I was not in altcoins at all. I did not know. The only altcoin I knew was Ethereum. I did not even know what the coin ranking sites were. I'm not even joking. Didn't know how to look at these things or whatever. So when he just said that, it was like, what? It took so long. And I eventually realized, oh my gosh, there might be something to this. They actually don't care about the tech. They're just here for the price. They also said to propagate the memetics that Ethereum is a store of value. So you're probably looking at this, you're like, hey, isn't that normal? No, it's not. I've told you what's actually making all these other communities that are winning tick is what they're doing like that. And this, friends, this breaks the paradigm of everything because remember, crypto, we're tech. Yeah. So when people come in, they think, oh, let's not worry about those yucky finance tropes about making money and profit. We're here to change people's lives. Yeah, that's good and everything. The thing is, though, when Satoshi wanted to change everybody's life, Bitcoin was like $1. You know what I mean? It's been a long journey. So if you want to join in and your life changes, you get handsomely rewarded, man. You're up 150x here. This is from 2011. And then like even in this cycle, you make 100x. You're not making 100x's, bro. You know what I mean? So that's why in 2022, I was like, it was a bit spicy. I kept saying, man, all you people with decentralization, maxis, you're all full of shit. All of you. You only get to talk like that because the price went up and you got paid. Do you understand there are many other ideas and tokens and networks where people did not get rich because they believed in decentralization? You, my friends, just won the lottery ticket. You have confused brains for a bull market. So don't give us your bullshit. But no one wanted to listen. Even I didn't want to listen to myself. We want to know why? Because it was a bear market and everything was going to zero. You see? But I said one day you all listen. But who cares? So friends, this whole episode is filled with words such as faith and belief. Bro, you're talking to the belief king. I mean, have you ever faded the coin of a founder who says he doesn't like it anymore? Hex from Ethereum. He literally killed it. You talk about belief. He was literally putting your friend Sommi stuff to the test, friends. When eHEX was literally declared dead. Right? This is the eHEX USD price. Remember when it just got sent down 80, 90%? But if you want to check out the real representation of what's going on with eHEX, look at the eHEX to pulse ratio right here. There you go. Look at that. It was literally declared dead here and it literally went up. So that's 1,000%. Okay. And still got plenty more to go. So talk about belief, right? I mean, that was scary. That was very scary. I was like, oh crap. I was like thinking, the founder doesn't like it. And I thought, well, if you really don't like it, use the origin address to kill it then. He didn't. He did not do that. He could have, but he didn't. That was really scary. I got to spin the helicopter hat one more time. He could have done it, but then he would have sent a signal to everybody, mentally unstable. He can send everything to zero. He didn't do it though. That's why at the time, I thought Richard was making a wrong move. Right, I didn't criticize. I just thought, hey, wrong move. Now I'm thinking, I wonder if it was a shakeout. It makes me think. Now, obviously, friends, the most recent one, pDAI. Richard comes out, makes 33 stupid tweets about this stupid coin, which we won't talk about, even though we tweeted about it 33 times in 1 month. Smells like a stable coin. That's what everyone remembers from me now, saying, shake, shake, shake. He's trying to shake us out. That's what made me open my eyes. So with Bankless, friends, look, they simply outline steps to act more like a cult. I mean, look at the stuff. Look at the stuff that they reference in Bitcoin. So they're using Bitcoin as an example here. What Bitcoin got right? Orange coin culture. 21 million isn't just supply. It's scripture. I love how this is like their interpretation because they're like, obviously, they're like probably like good at English and journalism words. It's scripture. You know what I mean? But that's their diplomatic way of saying it. And the way I say it is, you will not disrespect the word of the testament. Right? That's how we say it. That's how I say it. But they say it, hey, it's just scripture. Read and enjoy. Kind of cute. Look at this. Number go up is both an accounting identity and a creation myth. It's interesting color how they add their flavor to it. I'm like, it's the freaking best cult in the world. It's better than anything you've ever seen. That's my interpretation of this, friends. That's how I like to do it. You know, if you come into a cult, bro, we're not gonna come and make it all like fairy dusty and jelly beans and rainbows, bro. You know what you're walking into. That's it. Also, I feel more confident with the die-hard temple defenders around me. Do you know what I mean? Because if you turn your back, you go on a holiday, you want to know, like, if anybody tries to raid the city, these people are literally going to kill them. They are literally going to kill them. You want that. You want that. You know, it's funny with the pDAI debacle, you know, I didn't even tell people to buy. I've never told people to buy. I literally just said, I can see why you don't like it. I'm buying because I know you follow Old Testament Richard Hart. It's a new paradigm for you. I'm buying it. I'm long. I like it. So this is cult within the cult stuff. This is cultception. You know, before Bankless dudes, I mean, fans, they can't even contemplate this. Like, you know, PulseChain is like easy for them. It's easy for everyone to understand. Richard Hart defeated the SEC. Tick, tick, tick. Now Charles Hoskinson is facing all the wrath that Richard Hart was facing. Ostracization from the whole community and of crypto. I think he's innocent. I'm going to be a bigger man. Even though Charles Hoskinson has blocked me, he's still Charles Hoskinson. Yes, he may be a hotel cuck chair sitter, but I don't think he's a scammer. Even though the court hasn't decided anything, I don't think he's done anything bad or illegal. I don't think he's a thief. I'm going to be a bigger man, okay? I'm going to reserve judgment. I will not judge. They even said laser eyes turned every hodler into a walking billboard. I just love how they describe stuff. Yeah, like with hexagons, the tattoos, the 10,000X, the Richard Hart top hat, the memes, the communication, the conferences. And that's why I've also been telling everyone in the PulseChain community, you got to wear the minus 99% with badge now, man. There's nothing we can do about it, okay? We can't make it go up. That's why I hope you're learning, okay? Learn from pDAI. Learn from me. When I talk to you about pDAI, and I'm being truthful, okay? Yeah, I've got peg nipples, but I'm also saying they sent this coin to zero twice, and we're still here. 2 times it went to zero. I wear it with a badge of honor. You know, friends, when Ivan, shout out to Ivan, when Ivan charts pDAI, he doesn't look at this chart. He puts it on a linear chart, and then he scrunches it up, and he says, guys, pDAI is down 94%. Ha ha ha. How pathetic. That's what he says. You saw him. Yeah. But then obviously I got to say, bro, you're basically shunning cheap prices. Think about how that sounds, man. You got a guy like me, 5,100 videos. There's a thesis. You don't even need to know the thesis. There's price action. It went to zero twice. It's still recovering. You see? So there's multifaceted layers to this. It's just interesting, right? Look at this. Shame anybody who sells. Canonize anyone who stacks. It's interesting, their take on how I do things. Because I like, you're a non-believer. You're a cheat. Let me know which one you like, friends. I know everyone's got their own little, you know, twists and stuff. Like, obviously, I like my way. It's just me. It's like, they're really taking like the I'm a Redditor describing everything from the outside with the binoculars. You know what I mean? You and I were like deep in the jungle. You know, I don't want to be the National Geographic dude with the camera. I want to be like in there. I want to be the lion going in there, killing the other lion. It's kind of funny, right? So yeah, this whole episode is that. Like they were not talking like this. But that's not Ethereum, by the way. They got the word out now. Hey, Ethereum, the guy with the helicopter hat with peg nipples is saying you got to be more like a cult so you can go and flip Bitcoin later on. Right now, Ethereum's got no cult. That's why AI had it all right. AI said Sommi was Ethereum's secret weapon. Wait till AI finds out. Hey, ChatGPT, if you're listening, I've got a Game Boy here. It's true, friends, because the cult, friends, we're humans, right? We are attracted to confidence, right? It's magnetism. We like people who are strong and we like conviction. It doesn't mean you're right. We just like conviction, you know? That's what it is, okay? You want people to defend the temple, man. Like, friends, you want to go party with someone who says, listen, we're going to have a good time and we're not coming home until all of those drinks are finished. You know what I mean? Like, you want that. You don't want wishy-washy, noodle arm, pencil neck people who can't make a decision for anything. By the way, if crypto people were like that, we'd have no value. Imagine crypto people like, oh, maybe we should work with the government. No, let's not work with the government. No, let's half and half. No, Satoshi made it fully decentralized. Screw everyone else. So, I mean, like, friends, even they're like suggestions for Ethereum. Hey, this is what we have to do. Hold Ethereum. Tell everyone to hold Ethereum. Shame L2 treasuries. Friends, this is not... Friends, I am blocked from these two. I am blocked from Ryan Soy Adams and Davey Soy Hoffman. They blocked me on Twitter. I think, yeah, because I was literally just doing this. I'm like, they're attacking PulseChain. Hey, Richard Hart, you scammer. And I'm saying, no, you're wrong. And by the way, we are right. We are right. He defeated the SEC. Top 5% of victories. We have the second biggest SIR in the world. Second biggest strategic Ethereum reserve. 166,000 Ethereum. Celebrate people who buy Ethereum. Yeah, bro. Do you understand what that means? That means people who sell ETH or who call you out. You can't go out and reply to them on Twitter, Ethereum guys, and go, well, that's your decision, and I think it's going to be okay. No, you don't do that. You say one more word out of you, Spoonie's coming. Right? That's what you say. And then when you know they're not going to buy in, you say, we don't want your GD little hands in here anyway, because you're going to sell on a 2x. Look what they've written. Meme Ethereum as digital gold with yield. Hex the better Bitcoin. PulseChain is a protein version of Soy Ethereum. PulseX is a protein version upgrade of Unisoy. Inc has the greenest logo in crypto. pDAI is a better version of Tether because this is a stablecoin that can pump. Did I flinch? It's interesting how they work, right? It's interesting. They're finally, this is the real fundamental analysis of Ethereum. There's been like a cultural shift now. Not just Vitalik coming out and they're trying to say, hey, okay, screw these layer twos because, you know, we had a bad business cycle and look, there's no demand for anything. And look, we all suffer. So, you know, conclusion, Ethereum will pump, PulseChain will pump harder, Sommi's nipples will remain pegged. So after all of these, friends, I want you to see what I see. I don't care, friends. I don't want to shout out from them. I don't give a crap. I love everyone. It doesn't faze me, okay? What I care about is that being here 18 hours a day, we have like hit the nail on the head. Like it's literally bullseye, okay? Friends, these guys, friends, Davey Soy Hoffman, friends, he's part of the furniture on your friend Sommi. I don't know if Davey Soy Hoffman, that's why he hasn't actually blocked me. He probably just muted me. But Davey, just to let you know, bro, like you're part of your friend Sommi furniture right here. You are, you're a family member, bro. You are, Davey Soy Hoffman has been on this chart. Friends, it's been 1,000 days. It's been like 3 years. He's been here the whole time. So he literally, friends, he was crying on camera. He marked the bottom. He literally marked the bottom. And I sat here thinking, bro, why is a guy with like 4,000 Ethereum crying? Like the people have literally lost everything. You're going to be all right, bro. What are you crying about? And that's when I was like, oh, this must be the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, bro, why is a rich dude crying? So you're getting it now. So this whole time, friends, man, crypto, this cycle stuff, it's tough. Okay, it is tough because there's no cash flow. So you got to figure out what are the fundamentals. Now the fundamentals, they're qualitative. You know what I mean? It's not just, oh, you got a cash flow here and there. It's a community of people. Okay, how do you measure that? Right? Users can move left and right. Like, for example, I'll tell you right now, having 100 hexagons in your community is infinitely more valuable than 100 pump fund participants. You already know what that means. You're like, oh yeah, one person's like literally never leaving, and one that other set of 100 people are always leaving, okay? How do you measure that though? The good thing is we're so early, you can't measure that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're early. The fact that we have all these question marks and we don't know what's going on, we're early. So after seeing all that, I'm even more confident in everything we're doing. This is what I've been talking about the whole time. Making all these useless tokens where there's 95% developer-owned supply and stuff out here, just don't cut it, dude. People just copy-paste your shit. And if it's cool enough, they just give it to the other cool community. Case in point, look what happened to Uniswap. We have PulseX, which has made a cooler version of Uniswap. There you go. We don't want to be part of the unicorn cult because you guys are cucks. You don't even have the fee switch yet. You bitches. We've got a PulseX buy and burn, literally cranking up all the time. Let's even check it right now. We have a whopping 7.14% total buy and burn. You see what I mean? There you go. Point proven. I don't want to hold Uni. I want to hold my cult version of that token, which is so useful and amazing technology anyway. There you go. So where to from here? Hopefully higher prices. There's been a cultural shift in Ethereum. If they want to flip Bitcoin, you have to do this. Okay? No more neutrality like, oh, you know, it's okay for you to support the other team. Look, it is okay for you to support the other team. But you come here waving that flag in my face, you're not going to make it till tomorrow. See? So, moving forward, ETH's going to pump. PulseChain's going to pump harder. You already know, friends. Like, we got a better logo. It's more colorful. We've got... Friends, this is... Sorry, Bankless, bro. You guys got 250,000 people. I'm getting more views on my shows than you. How does that happen? How does the dude... I'm pegging my own nipples on the internet. You see that? I'm literally pegging my own nipples on the internet. I wear Pokemon hats. I spin the helicopter hat multiple times an episode for everybody. How am I getting more views than you? And by the way, I'm talking about a cult chain that's gatekept, not listed anywhere. The founders want it on Interpol. Everyone thinks we're a scammer and that we're a collapsed Ponzi. Explain that for me. It means we're doing something right. But no one's going to believe until the prices are more expensive. And for everyone else out there who actually likes the numbers, PulseChain is doing 6 times more on-chain volume than Cardano. 6 times more on-chain activity. But we are 37x away to match their price valuation. Not financial advice. I think that's cheap. And I've got a nipple to peg. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.